when she came, I'll show you what she looked like when she came. She was a young girl. Look at her. 2010. Today she's a biochemist. Presenting a paper in one of our symposiums. She will present today. When she presents, everybody she wipes the floor with us because she's so articulate and she's done so well for herself. That's how this is when she came. That's her sitting there, writing on the board. 2014, she was the one that ran the bootcamp. 2015, she did. Now, we have this gentleman sitting next to me. That's him, 2000 and what? 2010, met me at school. We were doing a fundraiser to go and do the boot camp. How was I doing it? I will cook for 100 or 150 people. I will put them in my room, in my kitchen, and then take them to a hall. Bring all my students and everybody, my doctor, my accountant, my lawyer, everybody will pay for students to come and eat. If we spend $60, they will pay $65, and he became enchanted with what we were doing. Since then, he's been with Team Wellness Center. He is now the Director Europe. That's him presenting in 2014. He was working with IBM in Italy. When I was coming, she took a flight and came here in 2014 and presented with me at CSW. And he is here today again. He's a law student at Emory University. Now, who are the people fueling the wind in our wings? The Global Fund for Women has been helping us, supporting us. Chief Barrister Mrs. Theodore Obiman, but she's not here, she's mentored us, she was tremendous. Dr. Joanne Murphy, our UN rep, I can't thank her enough. Dr. Mary Owens, my chair, for almost 50 years, we kind of constricted her whole family. Everybody, from the father to the mother, everybody coming there and being part of what we're doing. If we have something, that's the father, that's the mother, that's Mary. That's Rabbi Goring that taught about a tsunami of knowledge. That's what he said we were doing there. And that's what we want. That's my grandson in 2000, now he's 60 years old. But that's one of the smallest supporters at that time. I'm still coming. And that's our oldest supporter. She's 93 years now. I call her mommy, my next one. So actually, everybody that has come across my path, guess this epidemic going on in one sector, they all jump in and they're doing something. Now, I have somebody in the audience that we inadvertently omitted that should be still, but I didn't want to call her again because I know that she's already comfortable where she is. Mrs. Hero, there she is. The husband has been propelling us and doing things for the Wellness Center. I can't just start mentioning. They know how big they've been in our life. That's the daughter all the way from London, came here, and the son is here too, Chima. The daughter is Lisa, Chima, they're all here, so you can see the kind of support they give. And then I say, working towards sustainability. We give a great opportunity for girls to develop and get girl power. Because when they develop, they become stronger. They can say no to people. Building the capacity of the staff and then maintaining a great program. The next 10 years projection, our challenge is getting a reliable source of electricity. Our expectation, building a center of excellence that incorporates computer technology, science, health, education, a holistic approach to achieving the SDGs. Our goals, future program, achieving our dream by establishing 200 centers in 2030. Thank you for listening. I will hand over to Adrian to tell us what he has for us, and then we can continue. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Obichukwu, for inviting me again on this panel. And I would also like to thank Dr. Bruce Noss for an amazing opening introduction. Thank you so much. Not long ago, I came across to a UN document that reminded me of the sad truth that no country has achieved gender equality yet. No country. That fact had an impact on me, a negative impact. I felt demotivated and I started wondering, and I started doubting. But soon thereafter, I recalled the success of INWEL of the last 10 years, and I regained faith. Yes, it is true that no country has achieved gender equality, but it's also true that in 10 years, INWEL established 5 study centers, a main campus in Enugu, and 4 satellite centers in the surrounding villages. Yes, it is true that no country has achieved gender equality. However, it is also true that in 10 years, INWEL helped 2,478 marginalized girls to develop and acquire remarkable skills that allowed them to seek and find employment. Therefore, yes, it is true that no country has achieved gender equality, but since 10 years ago, we now are 2,478 steps closer thanks to INWEL. In other words, just by rethinking at INWEL success, I was able to counter the spell and the demotivation of the fact that no country has achieved gender equality yet. And there I realized that the notion of success can be of great value for our confidence and against our psychological inertia. By psychological inertia, I mean the lack of motivation that is driven by the fear of failure or by performance anxiety. To defeat